Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here it's Intellectual Masters Oakland, and we are almost ready with the second game. It's going to be NiP and Mousesports playing in a best-of-1 on Overpass. You ready for it?
Absolutely. I've had plenty of time to contemplate the meaning of life, the meaning of CS. And
have you got any answers for us?
Get Right is a god. In fact, I just talked with him. He was up there in the...
There's the voices in your head again. Look, I mean, we were talking about this bet that Henry and Dazed had been doing backstage. Henry saying that NiP will win all 5 of their games today, and Dazed saying probably not. I've heard rumor of a similar bet, except between Henry and Moses, that says if that same bet is true, then Moses will take another pie to the face. But if Henry's wrong, then he will. No. I don't have 100% confirmation, but I've heard a little bit of a rumor about that happening.
I heard that Moses pulled out of that joke.
Did he really?
Out of that joke, out of that bet.
Let's just say maybe Moses and I made a different bet. I'll explain that another time. But there is a grenade landing already on Chris, who was trying to get some early information. Now he's running back, and they could definitely hear that. Pith able to hear him running right above his head there. So a little bit of a start here for NiP as they do get a lot of control around the restrooms, and Mousesports have fallen quite far back except for Nico. Look at this information play that's coming out all the way down towards T-spawn. This is brilliant.
Yeah, it all comes off of that flash. NiP would have heard the flash as well, but they are just not ruffled. They're taking so long to get up onto the site, and if Forrest is going to hit headshots like that, okay then. Chris had been tagged down by an HE at the beginning of the round at top mid, so an easy shot there for the Glocks. Now it's going to come down to Dennis, and Dennis delivers 2 big headshots. That's going to grind this down to a halt. Now Mousesports just need to chill because they had the kit, but Lowell dies.
Great kill for Exist, very important there. Plenty of time left. The bomb is going to be planted here. Exist takes a grenade, but Forrest going to hit a headshot. Now, Nico has been on this flank forever, and now he's finally here, and he's going to be going down to Freiburg straight away. Point blank shot, Exist to take the kill, and now NiP going to win the first round here.
I don't even know. That was such a weird round, because NiP were so patient and slow. Walking up from connector, they hear the flash over a B, play for information that Mousesports, they may not know that they're pushing, but they know that Mousesports made a play for information, and still NiP just persist in walking their way up onto the site. Mousesports, it felt like after Dennis's two headshots, they should just be able to completely lock down NiP at that point, but it never happened. They just kept facing, and they got shot in the face.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. I mean, after Dennis double, you think they could just hold on to it for a while, but they couldn't. Exist with a really good double kill at the end of that round. Just obviously very important.
If Mousesports continue to survive on that A site, Nico could have just completely and utterly hamstrung NiP at that point. He was just a few seconds too late with the flank, but he was there in position. They just needed to stay alive long enough for him to draw attention to himself or pick up a kill. Still, regardless, no use, what is it, crying over spilt milk. NiP lead 1-0, pick up the pistol on their T side. Mousesports go for the 4-spy in the second round. Chris prioritizing the op, hasn't invested anything, I like that. But the rest of his team, they've spent the money.
Yeah, a bit of a boost going on, a traditional one, trying to look in through that little window there in restrooms, but they eventually give up on it, and NiP has become sort of a very standard thing. If you're playing against sort of pistols, armor, or just pistols, you tend to go long on this map just because it's such a favorable position. And they even have Molotovs to clear out the corner. NiP do not want to give this up to any kind of shenanigans, but they're going to run into Lowell. He's going to take down Exist. Bit of a painful start. He's going to repeat it again. Dennis playing close here with the C set. Lowell almost getting another kill in, but Freiburg and Forrest returning, and now they're just going to crumble.
Yeah, nice lurk here by Get Right, delayed. Just gets the drop on Speedy, and it's Nico now alone, rotating over from B. Really no point. Just save your dig, sit in the tunnels here, wait and see if somebody's going to get over aggressive on NiP's side, basically. But so far, so good for NiP. They've managed to just consecutively hit this A site, successfully do so as well. They keep 4 players alive here, unless Nico has something to say about that. He might be able to hit this shot on Pyth here. And there we go, 1 dig onto Pyth. But still, NiP looking pretty solid right now, hitting their shots, apart from Exist, always at the beginning there.
Yeah, he just got knocked out. Nico going to try and see if he can get an exit kill again here, but if not, he's going to be able to survive the bomb anyway, hiding in that corner. He is just running straight in, looking for it. In fact, on Freiburg, can he take him with him? He survives on 3 health. Freiburg going to be smiling a little bit at that one. That's 2 rounds for NiP, and a 3rd one coming in here for Mousesports, where they just don't have the money for it. This is such a great start, though.
Yeah, that's just as clean as you hope it'll ever be. That's very nice work. Still making 2 kills out of that sort of scenario. Not the end of the world. Pyth not going to reinvest in this round, instead getting the nades. Full nades across the board for NiP as well. They aren't really messing around in this anti-eco scenario. The nades once again go sailing into Birthday, but Chris J this time around had slowed down his pace. He isn't going to take one to the face the way he did in the pistol round, so that's solid. But they still want the challenge in mid Mousesports, and this is one of the key tenets of, well, I mean, CT, any map regardless, but on Overpass, you really do have to get out there, challenge in mid, not allow NiP to get full map control and force you back onto the sites uncontested. You have to at least show up and put up a little bit of a fight. So they've only got pistols in this round. They can afford to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Mousesports just playing around right here. This is, you can't really hope for too much. Just maybe some damage, maybe steal a rifle if you're really lucky. But apart from that, the real key, I think, here is just how careful NiP are being right now. Just really playing it safe. You're right. They do have so many grenades, and they're spending them trying to check all the corners. They're really making sure they're not going to run into anything weird anywhere. And if they really want to, they have Pyth, who just has the pistol. They could put him in first somewhere, and maybe he'll find a kill. NiCo winning the fight. I don't even know how.
Eventually, yeah. Get Right might have heard the steps. I think he did. Yeah, he heard Chris J somewhere, and he's going to get caught reloading. Perfect timing there for Chris to go for the peak. He's got a UMP to play with now. Rest of NiP, 2 of them at least, making their way up from long. There's the flash to open things up. Pyth taking point. Freiberg is there to help him out. Messes up his incendiary. That's a little unfortunate, and they're going to line up. This is getting a bit pricey here for NiP. Mousesports, they've got a 2-on-2 on their hands.
Forrest with a good, important kill there on Chris. That leaves Dennis. They are really low on health right now, especially Forrest there, almost out of the round already. The bomb is going to be going down, 10 seconds left. If Dennis can stop this, if he actually could get the angle, then that would be it. Freiberg going to be going down anyway now, one-on-one. Dennis with a double kill, making it around the corner. Oh, there it is. Forrest going to pick up the kill. That's so scary. I mean, what's happening to NiP? How did that get so close?
What a shame there for Dennis. Just a little bit of hesitation. Forrest was so low on HP. Dennis had no way of knowing that he was super tagged up, but still, I don't know. I mean, it looked like everything was working out so nice and neat for NiP, and then Mousesports just hit all of their shots. NiCo starting it off with the boost and bank, managing to just pick up that kill long range with the USP, no less. It wasn't like he had his dig.
Yeah, that in itself was ridiculous. That makes me worried, because if they had been slow playing that round, NiP, and it worked out, the perception would have been, well, that's very smart. You know, they slow played it and they just won the round. They slow play it and it gets that close into a one-on-one versus USPs. Suddenly the feeling you have is that they're just very nervous, that they're just not feeling it right now. And that's obviously a problem. That can afford that. So 3-0 right now for NiP. Not the end of the world, but this is a big test for them here. If Mousesports can do that much damage with just USPs, what's going to happen now?
Well, now we have the full execute coming in, and they aren't wasting any time at all. Pyth, that takes a little bit of time, actually, and that allows for NiCo to get a double spray, a triple spray, and a quad headshot at least. Does big damage to Freiberg. That's going to make life interesting. Freiberg runs out there with the nade in his hand. Definitely not expecting that quick a rotation. And Mousesports are going to have the pretty easy lockdown here unless Forrest can show us something magical. But it's not meant to be today. Lowell takes his wand, breaks it over his knee, just like he broke Forrest's back, just like he broke NiP. Because these rounds have been so expensive, they don't have any money left.
They definitely don't. And I mean, this triple here, you're right, he got the last headshot as well on Freiberg. That is just a really tight defense, and it's so well made. You know, NiP have to check that corner, and when they're doing that, they just get mowed down. So just very good job indeed. They are going to sort of force it up anyway here, NiP. They want to keep the pressure on and see if that's going to work out. Mousesports only lost 2 members in that last fight, so I'm not sure it's a bit of a dangerous call, I would say, for NiP. Maybe it'll be worth it.
Maybe. But it is slow going so far, at least. Freiberg is going to get tagged up and eventually hunted down by Dennis. Excellent work there. Chris J, little does he know, there's a man waiting right around the corner there. Somehow Get Right just stays out of his range.
Oh, it's close. Get Right hears it. Excellent teamwork between Dennis and Speedy, and a nice kill for Chris, taking out Forrest and dropping the bomb. Get Right really wants to find him. He's going to do a lot of damage, and there's the kill finally happening. So now they have an entry into the bomb side here, but they're a man down, and Mousesports still have some grenades left and defuse kits.
Now they have the utility to make life easier here. Nice nade there on the Pyth, tags him up. Somehow NiCo gets caught completely off guard by Exist, but Speedy trades the kill. And so long as they maintain this man advantage here, Mousesports, they're going to be looking very solid. They've got Dennis on a late lurk in through top mid. So the longer that Pyth stays alive here, that's going to give some room here for Dennis to get in and save the day. Lowell, do not peek, stay alive. Dennis is going to get the kill, and now it's all on Get Right here in a 1v2 clutch situation for NiP.
and they have a smoke. They're not even going to put it up. Lowell just facing him, but they could have smoked off that angle as well, and it would have been even worse for Get Right. Mousesports with a big retake here, going to make it 2-3. And, I mean, they lost 3 members, but the big deal is NiP, they put everything into that round. That was a force-up. They got the bomb down, and even now they don't have enough money. They did do a lot of damage. If they force into this round with Tech-9 armor, certainly be bold.
It would be. And they're going to... Well, wait. Oh, this is not the old NiP. Okay. Because there was a time where Fifth, you know, talked with Fifth Lauren, right? And he would say, yeah, the style was, oh, we have 3,000? Buy. Just like, that used to be NiP's MO. They just bought, and they made it happen. They made it work. We're seeing actually a little bit of a calm NiP here.
For those of you who are really quick, just notice that Pith was trying to get a wall bang through up in the tunnels there. You could do it both ways. And this is an interesting boost as well from Get Right. Pith is out of the round, though. Taken out by Chris, who is still over at the restrooms here. And this little boost trick, not really working out so well. Get Right also dropping quite low. He's going to get the kill. Freiburg in front as well, but Lowell there to pick it up. And the bomb drops through the doorway.
Oh, I love it. I wish that they could just make their way up because the bomb has been dropped on the wrong side of the door for ages now. Lowell, if he could have just got a little bit closer, just close that door, and you're never getting the bomb back, NiP. It's not happening. Exist waiting for somebody to get greedy to go for a peek, and he's going to get caught. Whoa! Gets the flick shot. Bit of a spray and pray there, but it works. And now he's actually turned this into a 1v3, a fairly expensive round for Mousesports, all things considered.
They're doing the damage, but it doesn't change the fact that that's Mousesports catching up, equalizing the score, and what's even more scary, it seems to me, is that NiKo seems to be doing pretty well. Lowell and Dennis are picking up their end, but Chris is actually hitting shots with the AWP. Even if it's just 1 per round, that's so important. And, I mean, we talked about this before going into it. Chris, one of those players on land that sometimes just seems to slightly lose his mind.
Yeah, just not very effective at times. But, I mean, Connector, this is the kind of angle that he should be able to hit. He should be comfortable hitting these kinds of flicks. Decides to go for the most passive angle ever, and, well, that's going to cost him. He's down to 41 HP already. Get Right is waiting for him in sewers, but then, what the hell? Just go for the repeak. Annihilates Pyth. There's the man advantage for Mousesports.
It's a very good kill. And we're down to a minute and 20 seconds here. Mousesports, off of the back of that, they don't have to do anything. They're falling back from restrooms as well. No reason why they shouldn't. This is all on NiP to make an opening. And it's going to be very tricky to find that opening. And especially now, look at this great play here from Chris. Pushing up long. Even if he doesn't see anyone, the information that no one is here is so valuable to his team. It's going to leave 2 people on B for sure. And they're just playing this one so well, Mousesports.
So there's the flash. Chris definitely knows that somebody's around there now. But I do like that Chris is being a mobile opera right now. That's what you have to count on. He starts off in mid-connector, changes it up to long. Next round, he might go B if they survive this round with the op. Mousesports, Speedy's going to be there to win the duel versus Exist. He gets dropped down low, but there was nobody to trade the kill. And so Chris is setting it up for the peek into mid for info. Misses the shot, and that's pretty much it. Forrest not going to let you get away from that one, and this is the opening that they need. Forrest down to 5 HP, Speedy down to 12. Who's going to win this fight?
Oh, Speedy winning the fight against Freiburg. He will get traded, but so will Get Right. And that's going to leave Forrest 5 health from the Molotov earlier. 20 seconds, AWP in hand. He's going to come charging through. This is some madness, and Lowell not impressed at all. Going to be able to take him down. So, 4-3. That's 4 rounds straight in a row here for Mousesports. They seem like they're in a very comfortable position right now.
Yeah, Lowell, NiKo, Dennis, everybody seems to be actually, hitting their shots right now. Speedy and Chris, we don't really look to Speedy for the big plays, but then again, they haven't really hit B site that often, so he doesn't really get the time to shine. I don't know what's actually going to be setting up here. Because he's going connector now. They've traded places with Chris. And it's going to be the connector defense here. Speedy just going to get completely run over. Close quarters against a Tech-9.
Not a fun way to start. Let's see if Chris can bring it back. He's been so good just getting the 1 kill early on here, and he's going to get it on Get Right. He can't really fall back this time, but he still picks up 1 on the Exist. That's a huge double kill. Keeps Mousesports viable in the round, and suddenly 3 on 3. So much time for NiP. They need this bomb plant. They're going to get it quick as well. There is a flank coming in from NiKo, but it's with a UMP.
And he's miles away. He's actually choosing to go long. Interesting decision. And Dennis, no luck, swaps to the flash, perhaps trying to create a space there for Lowell to go for the peek. He gets shot in the face by Forrest immediately. Now it comes down to winning this duel here, and this is not... Can NiP actually win a hard eco here? Because they're right on the brink. Dennis and Lowell both so very low. NiKo has to make some magic happen here.
Oh, lol, with a big kill. Dennis will be going down. Nico, UMP, he's sneaking in. Almost a mid-air shot, but he can't pick it up. And Freiburg still alive, still buying time, and he's going to get the headshot as well. A great round for Freiburg. Triple for him. He's going to give it up for NiP here. I mean, I don't know. I think Mousesports were just... I don't know how they managed to get that low before Nico was anywhere near. They needed to buy more time.
Well, it's not only that. I'm wondering... going for an aggressive kind of hold and connector, for example, when... I'm just wondering if they had a complete misread on the economic state for NiP, and that they weren't... like, Tech 9's rushing you down. You do not want to be close quarters, right? You want to abuse your rifles, play from range. And, well, they are going to get offered a nice little ticket here. Get Right's actually going to drop very early on here in the round. Mousesports aggressively taking over sewers.
And Nico not afraid to challenge the smoke there, in spite of him just having the UMP. So they've done the damage, and they've managed to put NiP on the retreat, at least for the moment. And obviously, this is the critical round. They survived that last round in a 2-on-1. They got the... I mean, if they lose here, then suddenly NiP are reset again. And Chris, oh no, that's a shot you can't miss, and he's going to be going down. Speedy with an important return, but that's still a big giveaway here for Mousesports.
He's just going for the big plays right there. You can't miss that kind of shot, Chris, and this is where he gets criticized a little bit sometimes. He won't hit those shots. He's a very emotional player as well, Chris. Kind of see him rocking around in his chair there after he missed that. So he needs to just kind of calm down a little bit, screw his head back on, because they're not out of this yet. 3v3. Op is going to lead the way here for Forrest. He's going to get the shot in the back on Dennis, and unfortunately for Nico, he made the right call trying to trade immediately, but Pyth was waiting.
I mean, that was some real timing coming out of NiP then. Obviously, Nico's saying, well, I'm pushing up, Dennis, you fall back, help out the A-bomb side, which is a really good idea. Just didn't work out this time. Nice shot from Lowell. Going to be getting a double here. 25 seconds left. The Molotov going to put him out of position. That's a really good grenade. That'll allow maybe for the bomb plant to go down here. Grenade not going to even touch anybody. And they are just buying time here, NiP. 14 seconds left. Lowell now out in the open. A little bit scary for him. 10 seconds, the bomb will be going down. Not much that he can really do to stop it. They almost line up here, but it's going to be a shot coming in for Exist, and there'll be another round for NiP. Big gift for them here.
Yeah, these aggressive plays are just not working for Mousesports now. So this is, they're getting punished by NiP, who are allowing for their slow pace, basically, to pay off. Mousesports are pushing, and because of this, NiP are able to find kills that they might not have picked up otherwise. And that's allowing them to get back into the rounds here. 5-4, NiP in the lead on T-side Overpass. Mousesports hard eco for them. They're hoping to just try and get this round over with, and get into the rifles again for the next one in the 11th.
See how it's going to go here. They obviously have the equipment for it. They did take a lot of damage earlier from USPs, but I just don't expect that to happen again. Hopefully NiP could just get a little bit of breathing room here. You know, an easy round. You only lose one, maybe two members in this round, and then you've got the money set up for the future. I mean, that's what they're looking for here. And suddenly, I mean, it's looking really good for NiP. They are about to pick up a 6th round here, and playing T-side Overpass, not too bad.
No, T-side Overpass. I mean, this is a map that can still go kind of like 8-7, 9-6, right? So if NiP are going to win the half convincingly, they really need to get up to the 8th or 9th round for themselves on T-side, but so far they can definitely be happy with how things are going. I mean, they did allow Mousesports to get a little bit of a start on them there, but they still managed to keep their cool. Trading here towards the entrance to B site, kind of expect to see that happen. The Molotov is going to force the man, Lowell, out into the open, and Speedy in a 1v4.
Yeah, an interesting mind game being set up there for Mousesports. Doesn't really work out. They only lose Get Right. He only had a UMP. They are going to be just fine with that. That's 6-4, and moving into the 11th round. We'll see if they can come back in this game here, Mousesports. They won 4 rounds in a row. They weren't, you know, overwhelming rounds, but they did sort of look pretty good. Now we'll see if they can just pick up another one here. They did look at it. I mean, 3-2 members alive every time. That's not bad.
Oh yeah, this is just it's shifting. It's a game that's just shifting back and forth, back and forth. So now we're starting to hit that point on the seesaw where Mousesports should be the ones on top once again. We'll see. Forrest is going to catch the aggression again, top mid. Chris J really hanging around here, looking for the tag with the scout, taking advantage of the mobility. Look at that, 2 shots so quick. He's not going to find anything. He kind of gives it away that he's got that scout instead of the AWP, so that's something for NiP to keep in mind.
He's playing over long now. Going to be a little bit before anyone walks into him, but bomb is dropped really far back for NiP, so they're setting the same slow pace that they've been doing pretty much every other round, except for the Tech 9 rounds. Those were fast. But whenever they had rifles, they seemed to want to just keep it cool like this. Or versus Scout, Chris unscoping for a moment. And that should get him killed here. Forrest lining up that shot.
Yeah, Chris is clearly feeling some frustration here. Just not managing it. I mean, it was coordinated with Speedy, basically, because Speedy was clearing out restroom at the same time. So between the two of them, they were trying to see if they snuck into mid yet. And, well, that just forces you out into the open. Waiting arms there for Forrest. Freiberg with the bank molly, trying to create some space here for his teammates to work with. As they go charging in, Speedy's going to trade 1-for-1, and it's just back and forth right now. Speedy doing work.
It's a good double kill, but it still leaves Mousesports in a bit of a weird position here. 29 seconds left. The smokes are going up for the eventual bomb plant. Dennis flashing himself through, trying to see if he can maybe find a kill. It's going to be Exist. He practically pokes the gun in his eye, but it's not enough for the kill. And now NiP, the one to have to save this one, doesn't even bother reloading for a moment. He's got 9 bullets left in his M4A1. I mean, NiP, I never want to count him out, but this is too much.
This is looking a little grim for him, that's for sure. Trying to find that headshot angle, but they've got every angle covered here in IP. No way for him to find any room to work with, and with how low their economy is on Mousesports, definitely worth saving this M4, but look at where Exist is already heading. He's down in sewers just waiting for him. So if NiP had made a break for it, just try to run straight off a B side, Exist is going to be there, and he will be able to survive the round in the end. So well done here on NiP's part, at least he has that. But it's still a 7-4 game right now for NiP in the lead.
You are right to just be pointing at Chris a little bit. He's the closest one to the camera. He's the guy we get to watch all the time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of important because he really does have a sort of reputation for tilting a little bit. And I think that might be what we're seeing, and that's obviously not good. I will forever love Speedy for picking up the taser.
No.
Please do it.
Not buy him a beer ever again.
I will do it then. I will do it. Don't worry. Make it happen, Speedy. There's a guy waiting down there. It could work.
Just don't go connector, NiP. Just leave him to rot.
Just give it to him. It's gonna be worth it. It will be hilarious. The sound that it makes, so good. Lowell gonna be out. Right, we're getting the kill. Speedy starting to feel the pressure. He really wants to find out what's happening here. Desperately wants someone to show up, but looks like they're not gonna. And NiP playing it smart. You know, they already cleared out most of the B bomb side. Why not just get in there and get the bomb down?
Yeah, they do not look very happy right now. On Mousesports' side, Chris J is going to get spotted. Should be instant death for him. Yes, eventually. Although he does get the shot on again. Right, nicely done.
Here we go, Speedy. If you still had a teammate left, it should be like a run boost taser kill. That would be the best.
That actually would be styling.
Just ready, waiting for it. NiP, it's almost like they do have a sixth sense. They're just not interested in this taser at all.
No, they're going to have other ways out of this bomb site. And they're watching connector just to wait and see. But all right, this is the problem with taser play, is that it just looks so idiotic. So they just sit there around corners. They're just like, I'm gonna hold this angle forever, and nothing really happens.
Speedy,
dude, Chris is like, just like, can we finish this, please?
Oh no, it could have happened. Freiberg denying it. Does he even steal the taser? I can't believe it.
What?
Yeah, so that was a timeout from Mousesports, tactical timeout to just, you know, maybe discuss the taser situation. Should we all pick up one? Could it work if we do that? Or just everyone trying to collectively calm Chris down, you know, some group therapy going on. They should bring that. They should bring, you know, some little, you know, like a little teddy bear, maybe some Play-Doh, just to make Chris, you know, just take a little timeout. Have him build.
He should have one of those stress balls, you know, especially the ones where it's like, you know, it's just like this bag in a sand, like a sand and the balloon or something like that. You know, you can just.
Yeah, the stress balls.
The stress balls.
Please don't.
I mean, that's never mind.
Yeah. Why not? I'm up for anything. Anything that we can show on camera for Chris, as long as it helps him to sort of relax, then I'm fine with it. There are children watching. You've got to be careful, obviously.
All right, this is my first language. I shouldn't be making Neo mistakes, you know.
8 for the scoreline right now. NiP just, I mean, I was worried for them because even in the first 3 rounds that they won, they weren't really looking that confident to me. They just looked like they were a little bit scared. Not anymore. And now NiP has picked up the AWP as well. So double up for Mousesports.
And we get to see NiP come into play now. He is I mean, then that's just he didn't even really have to go out on a limb for that. Just holding on short, holding the angle. Somebody peeks into it, boom, gets the shot, backs off, no huge risk taken. In the meantime, Mousesports still kind of challenging in mid restroom right now. Chris J trying to be effective with his AWP. And if he hangs around here much longer, I mean, NiP are currently clearing out connector. Bomb is still dropped top mid though, so.
Bit of a Molotov to force him back, and great flashbangs in. They're really putting the pressure on Chris here. He wants to recommit. He's trying to refine that confidence. And if he can get a kill right now, that's the way to do it. If he plays too timidly with the AWP, it's not going to be worth much anyway, so he kind of does need to stick around here. You can see NiP are on the other side waiting for him to re-peek it. They really want it. They've got like the same angle, but at 2 different levels, so they're waiting for him to get back in.
When that flash comes in from Chris, basically, that's telling NiP with like a loudspeaker, you know, I'm holding this angle now. And then, boom, Forrest walks right into it. Chris gets the follow-up. Time for some flash. I like it. Exist and Pyth, the last 2 alive here for NiP, trying to push up onto the A site, but they aren't having too much fun with it.
Smoke going down. Chris, really great round for him. What's the kind of round they need a lot more. He's not going to get the no-scope, though, so got to be careful. All of a sudden, Speedy getting killed as well. 14 seconds. Pith doesn't have the bomb, so even if he got that kill, he couldn't have put it down. Now there's 9 seconds, 8 seconds, and Exist is out of the round. Can they save the second AWP? I don't think so.
No, they won't be able to make it there in time. Lowell tried. Valiant effort on his part, but this is some solid work. Basically, Chris, he flashes into mid, so NiP are expecting him to be holding that angle, but then changes it up, goes into restroom, and starts it all off from there. So, we are getting to the end of this first half. 8-5 lead here for NiP on the T side. I mean, it's still a very respectable scoreline here that NiP have, and it's time for them to go back to what looks like a bit of a set strat here. Very early on, lots of nades, straight into B, let's go!
Smoke there to block out the Molotov. That's so great. That means the rest of his team can follow. Nico hiding right on the bomb site. What is going on? He's going to come out of the smoke. Pyth trying to put the bomb down. And now it's Nico with the AK cleaning up 2 kill players, but he can't get the 3rd one in. And they're still in a 3-on-3.
There's only so much that he can do. Wondering if he communicated that effectively with his teammates as well. With that chaos happening on the site, there was an opportunity there, but Lowell was going to get the drop. And 2 very clean kills coming in here for Mousesports. Forrest, just to get the 1 shot in, but then Chris J holding the angle by the pillar. And Forrest is gone. Plenty of time here for the defuse as well. So Mousesports, they're 1 round closer. And really, right now, I mean, they have so much money. NiP, it's not going to be a problem. We're going to have a very even 15th round here between both of these teams.
I'm so confused because there are rounds like these where Mousesports just seem really well coordinated, and they don't seem frustrated at all. They just sort of, they go to town, they just make it work. And then there are other rounds where they just seem out of it. Like, why did they panic so much after winning like 4 rounds in a row? They lost a single one, and it's almost like you couldn't play for like a good, like 6 rounds or something. They just gave up playing.
Yeah, they started just going for the over-aggression, basically. This time around, they chose to get aggressive in connector, and Chris is still here to hold it, but it's the other side of the map now that draws NiP's attention. They went early B in the last round. Now they're just taking over A long. Perhaps banking on Chris J eventually working his way back around over there later on in the round. But now they have long control. Still, Mousesports 3 players waiting in restroom. They really want to take a fight with the ninjas whenever they can here. Clever.
That is a pretty cool boost. Probably going to catch someone off on the CT side. Speedy, instead of falling back, tries to move forward, but they're both going to get caught by Freiburg. And a 3rd one in. Why not? Freiburg, the Wrecking Ball, just absolutely stunning Mousesports here in this round. Finally, they take him out. Lowell in the back line with a good double kill, in fact. Somehow, they're competitive again in the round. Lowell getting a 3rd one. It's just right back here. And now suddenly, it's a little bit tricky. Forrest needs backup. He's going to get the kill on Lowell. And Nico, low on health, 1 versus 2. And he doesn't get that flick. In fact, not even sure where that bullet went. It's 9-6 favor of NiP for the first half. Gotta think that is enough for them to have a little bit of a celebration going on. We will be back into the second half right after the break. Welcome back here. Second half coming up between Mousesports and NiP. And it was looking good for Mousesports for a while. I was actually pretty excited. But in the end, it's 9-6 in favor of NiP for the first half. There was on the terrorist side. Now they're going to be playing the CT side, which means Mousesports had better pick up this pistol round. And to do it with, they have Chris J, in fact, on the Tech 9 armor and a single smoke on Speedy.
It's rather characteristic of Mousesports, unfortunately. They start getting things to go their way, and then they'll make a few key mistakes that end up costing them because they just tilt off the face of the planet. Pyth is going to find the shot on Nico, who is playing solo B. This is actually like classic Mousesports. Nico over on the B site alone. Mousesports, the rest of his team, trying to push somewhere else completely on the map, and they've now taken over long. That bomb, though, is in restroom.
Get right, having a great fight there, taking out Lowell. Some backup is also there, but they both go down. Chris running close with the Tech 9. He needs a little bit more. Freiberg in the back line, picking up a double, looking for the triple, not quite getting it, and it's now down to Dennis. 1 on 2. They know where he is. He does at least have the bomb. But this whole round, from Mousesports' point of view, has to be imagined where Nico gets the first kill in B. And then he can just chill. Then the whole system is disrupted. But when that doesn't happen, you sort of see the result of it.
Yeah, they start feeling the pressure like, okay, now we're just going to kind of YOLO in here, cross our fingers and hope that things work out. The only issue being, NiP were so quick with the rotate. Like, Freiberg was already over there. As those 2 kills came in for Mousesports, Freiberg was already on the site, and the remaining 2 players for NiP were like right on his heels. So there was no way for Mousesports to actually manage to get anything to go their way. Now it's all on Dennis, and he's just hoping for mind games at this point. He's hoping to be able to sneak his way up onto the A site, and he's tried to sell it to NiP that he's gone to B.
If he makes any noise here, the game is up. He's going to put up a smoke, and I mean, even the bomb plant right now would be a big win for Dennis. He's going to be able to do that. That's already a very good job. Now, he's got the armor, he's got the health, 1 on 2. If they come in from the wrong angle, this could end really badly. Clock, well, I was going to say Glock close range could do it, but Pith going to end that round very quickly, and that will be 10 for NiP.
Tough break there for Dennis, but you're right. Small victories, Anders, and he still manages to pick up 1 bomb plant for his team, so they get that bonus money, and they might choose to go for the risky play here. It was still 2 players surviving for NiP. There's still a chance for Mousesports to come in and actually do some damage. Apart from Chris J, who might want to be saving for the AWP, they're talking about it right now, but it does look like it's going to be prioritizing the buy in the 18th round. 2 smokes picked up, and a hard eco apart from that here for Mousesports. So no risky business, not like what we saw in the first map of the day here with Heroic.
Yeah, we'll see if it's going to pay off or not. Those 2 smokes would be great if they could get the bomb plant down early on here. Just get the $800 bonus, build a little bit of a bank. Maybe put NiP at a little bit of unease. The ninjas, you could tell already, out with the grenades early on. Just want to make sure that they don't get anywhere near this bomb site.
Oh, money nade right there. That did a lot of damage, and now they line up as well. Freiberg just farming. He's so happy. There's the eco ace for him. Doesn't take a single point of damage. Actually, I don't think anybody on NiP took a single point of damage that round. That was pretty decisive. Some might say perfect.
It's not every day you get to see that kind of lineup in the tunnels. It seems like it's the perfect place for it, but somehow people are always a bit out of position. But that almost couldn't have gone better for Freiberg. A very quick ace coming out of him. 22 kills as well. Of course, some of them are in these anti-ecos, but still, he's going to be excited about that one. Now, Mousesports even further behind. They do have rifles, but we'll see. If they can't win this round, I don't think NiP can be stopped.
Curiouser.
Line shots going through. Nico opening up on Forest. That's a big way to get started. Very important kill. That's all the way down at B. He's going to go for a fight against Assist, and he wins that one too. Can he get a 3rd one as well? They are kind of offering themselves up one at a time.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate there from NiP. Especially considering they are low on utility here now. They hardly have any nades left to work with. 1:15 on this clock. Mousesports have pretty much got this round in the bag, unless they start making some big mistakes. And Nico, long-range spray, takes down Freiberg. So they're just getting picked off 1 at a time here for NiP. This is almost a wash. Mousesports, just go charging up onto that A side, boys. You've got this.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they're doing, they should not be doing a 2-3 split to one of the bomb sites. They have 50 seconds, so I would say 4-1 is great. Just leave Nico down here if you want. I'm not sure what possible role Lowell is fulfilling right now. Just here to back up Nico or what? Like, I mean, if they got confirmation that someone else is down here, then it kind of makes sense. But technically speaking, they can't know if there are 2 people on the A-bomb site, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's a 2-on-3 on the A-bomb site, which NiP could win. Then they'd be out of time, and I mean, Not particularly a fan of it, but looks like it's going to be working out just fine for NiP. They are going to, or for Mousesports, they're going to win the round here. Get the bomb down. It's a 2-on-4. I don't think Get Right and Pith can do this.
Wallbang's already going through. Get Right's taking some damage. He's got that UMP as well, which is not ideal. It's going to be Pyth with the AK, but we have a long lurk. This is the main thing here from Lowell. He didn't show himself on B. NiKo got picked off, and then he just sat there and waited for this very reason. What's up, Get Right? Very nicely done there by Lowell. 2 easy exit frags for him. So, 7th round here for Mousesports, rather. They actually do manage to get a round on the board second half. NiKo threw the smoke on Forest. That's just unfortunate for Forest, really. It's this follow-up attempt here by Exist, which is interesting. Oh, there was a flash attempt as well.
There was a smoke first that NiKo turned around for because he thought that was the flashbang. Then he went for the fight, and the flashbang came 1 second late. So it's very sad times for Exist there. 7-11 is now the scoreline, and some upgraded pistols for NiP here on the CT side. Trying to see if they can maybe make something work. Why not?
250s in a single flash. I like it.
Wish they were all in the same place, of course, but I'm still okay with this.
Who's actually got the flash? It's Freiberg, but he's over on the B site. Right. Well, Pyth still managing to find 1 kill, and then Get Right with the follow-up. Still alive here as well, playing the angles, trying to just turn this into a headshot situation, and he is not going to be able to land the shot in the end. Lowell will eventually connect. So a 3-on-3 rifles here from Mousesports still, and NiP not really present anywhere else on the map apart from that push from Forest to the top of Connector, but that'll just be like a quick flank, it looks like, from him, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, now it's just down to, you know, luck of the draw here if you're Forest. If they come down this ladder, you could maybe win the round for your team. If they don't, it's going to be kind of hard to make this position work. Instead, he's going to be proactive, climbing up the ladder. Lowell is there. The timing, oh, is so close. It could have worked out for Forest, but it doesn't this time.
And now they think that they're going B. The rotation comes back over towards NiP. These are some of the slowest rounds.
They really are.
This is really just... Okay, Mousesports. I mean, you want to be thorough about it, sure. 25 seconds left, though. Overpass, I just want to say, Overpass is a pretty big map. And with 20 seconds left, they're taking time enough to throw guns around. I do like the weapon management. That's a nice little detail. And really, just this is just a lucky break for Mousesports because, I mean, it's almost as if they want to lose this round.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, just how long do you need to get up onto the site? If somebody with a P250 jumps out from behind the box, at that point right there, you lose the round.
Yeah, that could very well happen. You would at least have to commit to the bomb plant, and if somehow your planter gets tagged in the face or anything like that, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, too close for my taste as well. I'm definitely not a big fan of it, but Mousesports are making it work, and they are going to be up at 8-11 here. So, NiP, I think they are going to have money for the next round, and it'll be interesting to see if they can make it work playing on the CT side. I mean, that used to be a big strength of theirs.
Yeah, Freiberg recovers a Galil over there. That's actually a nice little party favor for him in this eco round. If he can survive it, that's going to be very solid indeed. Instead, he's camping out. He'll get spotted by Lowell, however, and now it turns into a bit of a fight. And that's not going to be a whole lot of fun. Chris J not going to go up with the bomb. Exist is here. Hold on to the Molotov. Exist, stay alive. No. Lowell is so good in these sorts of just straight duels. Aim duels, like he is going toe-to-toe and shutting down everybody. It's him and Freiberg right now tied at 22 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's obviously out of control. Very good job on his part. He just needs some help, you know. NiKo and Chris are they're not that far behind, but if they could just do 10% more each or something like that, then actually could be a little bit competitive. We'll see if NiP can make it back in this game. They do have the AWP on Pith, and curious if they are going to make it work. A little bit proactive early on. Pith is out on long there. Spray definitely not favoring NiKo.
NiKo is like Taco, you know, being over here on the B side. It's like the sun rises in the east every morning. NiKo will be out front of Monster every round.
And there are so many teams that play that. I mean, Dazed was pointing this out earlier. If you don't know what else you're doing, just go for the 4-1, right? If it's VP doing it, then, you know, a lot of the time it'll be like Snacks or Neo out there, depending on, you know, what the structure of that team is at that given day. But, you know, something like that, just someone waiting outside of, even Bialy's been doing that a couple of times, so it like switches a little bit, but it's not uncommon to have just the one player outside of B and then everybody else somewhere else.
Well, this is a bit frustrating for Mousesports given the fact that they lost Speedy at long early on here in the round. NiP have just fallen back. They still have that presence in mid, 2 players playing restrooms, but And on the B side, it's a very passive hold as well. Nobody close to Monster, nobody close to Short. No real easy opening kill here for Mousesports to bring it back to a 4-on-4.
Down to 30 seconds again for Mousesports. This is so scary, but Lowell looks like you can count on him to pick up some great entries. NiP walking right in, but the jump is happening on the other side. Friberg getting caught. NiP picking up the kill. Forrest trying to bring it back in with the help of Hith. That's a big kill coming through. A follow-up as well. The Swedish sniper here picking up some great frags. Triple, in fact, for Python. NiP gonna get caught trying to get back into it. I mean, Mousesports, they're not leaving themselves much time. I actually thought that was going to be a much worse round for them, but I mean, they made it competitive at one point.
They still managed to pick up 2 kills. The issue being that with Get Right on such a long lurk, and everybody on NiP is going to know how to play off of Get Right in those sorts of situations, right? It's like Sam actually brought up, Daze rather, during the analysis section, right? If you can give him 2 solid guys who are going to stay alive and challenge the enemy team, that's all Get Right needs. He just catches NiP completely out.
Yeah, I mean, some good advice coming out of Sam, definitely. Wise, you would say? Sam Wise? 21st round is coming up now, and yeah, it's been a long morning already. I apologize. Exist gonna be putting up.
I giggled internally, dude. You know, I was laughing inside.
Or crying, or one or the other. NiP 4 rounds away. 4-round gap down to Mousesports. I still think they could do it, Mousesports. They could make this comeback work because the NiP economy is not that great. So that's the key thing they have to rely on. 2,500 on Forest.
Yeah, this is one of those swing rounds, basically. Whoever wins this is going to be able to just kind of stack up and get another 2 rounds behind it. So now we have to see who is going to crack, basically. Chris is leading the way with the AWP. He might catch Friberg here. Oh, the timing. That just couldn't be more horrible. NiP is there to trade frag at least.
A bit of a weird flick for Chris. It just looked like, I don't know, didn't look very controlled at all. But 4 versus 4, grenade going to be out. Doesn't really do that much to NiP. Earlier damage did most of that. And again, we're down to 40 seconds. This really worries me. Again, if NiP have grenades left, they don't even have that many, but if they had a Molotov or anything like that, then the whole round can be over just by 1 grenade going down. They are going to try and push their way through here. Exist behind the pillar. He sees the shadow. He's going to get the shot on Dennis, and now flashbangs are coming in. 25 seconds here, and Mousesports are not on the site yet. Finally, Speedy gets a kill, but how did they get the bomb down now?
That's the big question. NiP has no HP. He has the AWP, and he's gone for a little bit of a trick. He's got that smoke down. He's making use of all of the nades. And so Get Right is now just waiting on the other edge of the smoke, but there's only 8 seconds left here. You're going to be forced to stick that bomb eventually. 5 seconds, does he not realize? Okay,
No.
He gives up.
He's just going to try and walk out. He wanted to get the kill, but that's actually very interesting that he's even allowed to do that. Wow.
Both of these teams, well, I mean, both of these teams are just like, we're broke, right? We need to stay alive, hold on to what we have, right? And so NiP now, they have an op to work with in this round. But NiP, I think we're obviously thinking the same thing. Like, all right, keep the op and 2 rifles alive. Let them go. 13-8. NiP 3 rounds away from closing out this first match in the groups.
I also have to think, you know, at that point in time, maybe if it was a different player, maybe you would go and hunt it. But because it's NiP on the other side and you don't know he's that low, you probably think, let's not give up a 1v3.
Yeah.
Because he's the sort of player that could maybe do that. NiP, the great shot on Get Right. The saved AWP. He read that so well. Is he going to go and challenge Pith over here? Not quite. Grenade comes out as well. It's Speedy who's down at the other end, and he does take it almost to the face.
Real close. Get Right showing just a little bit of frustration. This is still a totally fine situation here for NiP. Dennis and NiP both with guns, but the rest of the team, they're going with Deagles. They've got a single P250. They have 2 grenades to work with. NiP should be feeling perfectly fine right now. And they've really locked down on this A side. They have a single man that's Exist with his eyes towards B, it looks like. But apart from that, this is the A setup. Forrest holding close.
Good position. Good backup as well. 2 people behind him. They should be able to make this work, NiP, with the bomb coming in. And again, Mousesports leaving themselves very little time here. 40 seconds left. Forrest, he doesn't make too much noise. If he did, then Chris would definitely know it, and that's a great headshot. Closing out that first kill is very important. Now we're down to 30 seconds, and the bomb is still dropped back here. No one's even picked it up. Mousesports, did they forget what this game is about? We are playing the defuse mode, not anything else. Friberg picking up a kill and a double at that, leaving Lowell 1 versus 4. I don't understand the time management coming out of Mousesports here.
I don't understand Pyth pushing with the op there, but okay. I guess so. Just go and die, lol. There we go. 5 seconds left. Do we have a tactical timeout coming in? I believe so. Tactical timeout now called in by Mousesports. But this was the start here for NiP. Gets that headshot to kick things off. Forest not quite getting any of the follow-up. But that was it, where like Pyth could have just died. Like there was a guy right there next to him, and it's just luck basically that works out where Pyth doesn't donate an op over to Mousesports for them to try and use against his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, I like the slow style for Mousesports. I don't mind that too much, especially because they've got some people who could duel. Like it looks like Lol and Nico, especially Lol right now, is getting some really great entries. Like he's very good at winning duels all over the place. So it's fine to play slow and use him to do that. But once you get close to like the 35-second mark, you got to think about a couple of things. Like, for one, what happened if they put up a smoke or a Molotov at that 35 seconds? Suddenly, you've got almost no time left to get the bomb down. And, you know, you can't just... They're sort of almost banking on the idea that it will be a completely smooth push from, 25 seconds in. That almost never happens.
No, the only guys who were consistently able to do that for a long time were Na'Vi. And even then, it was always nail-biting. It was just, one thing goes wrong, the round is over, right? And for me, this speaks of just Mousesports not being sure about exactly what they want to do in the round. Pyth is going to start things off strong with one pick. Misses the second follow-up there. He could have actually just completely destroyed Mousesports' hopes and dreams in this round, but leave it to Get Right. He's pretty good at that.
Very aggressive here. Forrest still keeping the walkie behind. Got to be careful because NiP's walking in behind. Get Right, who's taking a long time to get that spray. He does reveal himself and gets headshot. Oh, NiP, that could have been much smoother. Now the bomb is dropped as well. It's a 2-on-4. Forrest doesn't need to fight this, but he's going to do it anyway. And finally, he goes down to Lowell, who is in a 1-on-3 with the bomb.
Yep.
Could maybe make this work.
At least he has the bomb, and Freiburg is rotating back down towards the B site, so they're boxed at this point. Exist, Pyth, all they have to do is hold the angles that they're currently sitting at. Pyth, Exist is going to go for the peak. But still wins the duel, 15-8, match point.
It's got to be a frustrating game for Lowell right now. NiP are almost, well, they are about to win the game and double the round score of Mousesports, and yet he's got such a lot of kills, 25 kills, and they've only won 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Just imagine that. Whereas on the other team, at least Freiburg, who's top fragging at 26, is closely followed by Forest at 23. So there's a lot more cohesion going on here on the NiP side. Looks like a little bit of a speed push coming in to be alone running in is NiP with the Deagle, just trying to keep this dream alive for his team, and he's going to be back out again. How does that even work?
He's just like, allow me to show you how the ninja fights. Get Right, of course, is going to catch Lowell, but Speedy is there to trade onto Pyth. Get Right just doing work at this point. 3, nearly 4. He's got the CZ in hand. He could get a second. Oh my god, he's so close. NiP survives with 8 HP, the maelstrom that is Get Right.
Just running up and down the stairwell all the time, getting kills left and right. They're not going to be able to get a second kill there. Forrest to go down instead, and now it is a 2-on-2, although NiP's very low on health. They do have the bomb being brought all the way back, it seems, to Long here. That's NiP. They kind of do need Chris to clear the bomb site and NiP to get in and get the bomb down.
Yeah, this is a little bit wild. I don't think that Forrest expected there to be an op. I think the economy was broken, or he thought that the economy was broken for Mousesports, which is why he challenged so aggressively. But still, now that they know NiP, they aren't going to peek. They're just holding angles, which is really the correct play to make. Decoy off, going down. I know you're grinning, Anders, and it's all on NiP here. And he's going to walk into his demise. Now that leaves it down to Chris, who's stuck behind a lake of fire.
Yeah, and what could he really do? 25 seconds here. NiP firmly in control of this game. Chris going to be walking up, scoped up, looking for it. He's going to try for the no-scope, but it doesn't work out. Freiburg ending up at, I think, 27 kills here for a 16-8 scoreline in favor of NiP. Really great early start to this group for them.
Yeah, fantastic work. I mean, that Dazed breathes a sigh of relief after that first half. He was probably feeling just a little jittery there. Maybe the Swedes still jet lagged, not quite feeling it. But no, they came alive in the second half to lock it down. Mousesports, it forever confuses me. Mousesports always seem to be just at a loss, at a complete and utter loss when it comes to their T side. And it's still a problem that they're suffering from right now. They just never really managed to get anything going there in that second half.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, definitely some jitters on their part. We'll see if they can do better later on. NiP started doing a very good job. We'll get the breakdown from Alex and Samwise.
Hey, Gamgee joining me. I like that. I'll take it. So Daze is joining me to try and understand exactly how Overpass did go down. Now, it's funny. Yes, he may have been sweating after the first half, but it felt like Mousesports just completely dissolved into the second.
Well, we saw them lose both pistols.
Okay.
Anytime you're playing a team like NiP, it's going to be tough to beat them if you lose both pistols.
Fair enough.
Very, first and foremost. But the main thing, they started out with a good run. After that, they won that 4th round on CT. They climbed up a bit. But then the margin of error that Mousesports leaves themselves with is so small. I mean, if you remember, they had the M4 and connector, as was pointed out by somewhere. During an eco, why are you doing that? It's okay if you go in connector, but do it with an MP9. Do it with a shotgun. Even if that guy dies, they're only picking that up. That's first off. Second off, you're much better equipped to deal with like Tech 9 rushes. If you have an SMG, you're able to move around with them. It's a bit easier. Then Chris J, a couple times there, he's just playing with such little margin of error. We see him go from long A. He's posted up. He just walks into the bathrooms, gets peeked, things like that, where anything goes wrong for Mousesports and the whole round could just fail for him.
Right, and it's a stark contrast to what we sometimes see from even the likes of NiP, where they have backup measures in place in order to recover rounds.
You want to leave yourself room if you miss a shot or something. We saw Chris J in the party area. As soon as he misses a shot, what happened when he's pushed up like that?
Down.
It was a 4v5 in their favor as well. He misses that shot, he dies, they're going to lose the round.
It's back to 4v4.
Even on the eco, where it's 2v4, and all NiP has is like 2 P250s. They leave it to 5 seconds left to plant the bomb.
Right.
Again, anything goes wrong, the round can go badly.
Understood.
And I think that's going to be the difference, especially when you lose both pistols. You lose both pistols and you lose a couple rounds that you should win against a team like NiP, you're almost never going to.
And one of those couple of rounds was actually round 11. This was where NiP managed to kind of extend that space, create some space, and start running away with things. It looked quite good for a while. This is what you were talking about with Chris, though.
Yeah, he's posted up on that angle, and again, the margin of error, right? Like first off, he could die if they just peek the bathrooms. He has a scout there. That wasn't an op that he had. He had a scout. So he basically has to headshot the person and hope that they're not peeking at long as well in order to get away there.
So unnecessary is the buzzword for that exchange?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think definitely unnecessary. And even on the T side, we saw it as well. The round where NiCo had an op, for instance, he gets a pick. It's 4v5. And I know Spitty didn't get punished for it, but he just peeks long A against an op with a deagle. And I'm just sitting there like, what? You have a flashbang. That could have been a 3v5 if you got NiCo to peek that. But instead, the margin of error. You're peeking an op with a deagle. You got to think about those things.
And it just seemed to be a recurring theme. Another recurring theme was actually Lau. I mean,
Your favorite player?
I am a big advocate for him. I just love the story of the growth of this player. He's now going, toe-to-toe with Freiburg. 25 frags.
Your favorite player versus Henry G's favorite player. Henry G told me back there, back in the green room, he said, Freiburg is back in better form than he has ever been.
I mean, it's to be fair to Henry G, he has been rising back from what was a very huge dip in performance. He was the main topic of discussion when people talked about NiP roster shuffles. It wasn't necessarily a Pit and Makalele, it was Freiburg they were talking about getting rid of. And ever since then, he seems to have had a kind of a fire lit beneath him, reminiscent of when Zipnix was under fire. The same kind of thing, bounces back, dropping 26 now versus Mouse to pick up the big win.
Well, he definitely played exceptionally well there. And again, NiP, Pit was opping.
How did you feel about it?
See, I've had a lot of experience playing with Pit and seeing him as a player, and I've always thought of him as a rifler. Of course, he's,
He hits shots.
Yeah, he's a good player. He has great aim, so he could definitely op. We'll see. We'll probably see more of it in this tournament, though.
Yeah, still reluctant to kind of be impressed by that secondary AWP, playing that primary AWP. It's going to be then another win for NiP. I say another, excuse me. It's going to be their first win. You can see Heroic still proudly bearing that first win as well. It is going to be a nice 3-3 split down to start off our day. And now we're going to be getting to see if C9 can extend theirs. It's going to be the next game. We get to see Cloud9 versus the Ninjas in pajamas after our break. Now, that could be a very, very good game. Like you can get excited about that if you're a C9 fan.
Oh no, I'm definitely excited about that. Yeah, that's going to be a good one to see.
You doubted NiP, you've been singing the praises of C9. I'm excited to see how this one goes out, and I'm sure Sam is as well. We're going to take a break. When we do come back, NiP Cloud9 is going to be going down here for Intel Extreme Masters Oakland. It will continue, and will the North American side be able to continue their reign of dominance, or will the Ninjas put a stop to it? Find out in just a moment.